Oh, I think I'm live, but I don't have the chat up, so bear with me, folks, while I get that up. And I'm going to talk a little bit about... Oh, I think I'm live, but I don't have the chat up, so bear with me, folks, while I get... And mute that, so I'm not ricocheting back at myself on the feedback. And I'm just going to get the chat screen up here, and then we can go ahead. Call this growing pains. Oh, there we go. Now I can see it. Welcome, Nathan. Just trying to get this up on the screen so I can see everything here. Anyway, today's topic is going to be editing videos. Just going to show you that I'm just having a little problem getting the chat up here for some reason. If I can't get it up, then what I'll do is I may stop and restart here. I didn't have this issue before, so not sure what's going on. I did see, there we go, okay. Now I got it. Let's go to live chat. Nathan likes drums. Hello, Nathan likes drums. Sorry about that little hiccup there. I just wanted to make sure I had everything working so everybody can see it, so I can talk to you. So if you have any questions along the way, you can see what's going on. If you have any questions, please ask me, and I'll explain as I go. So I'm going to just hang on here a little bit just to see if anybody else comes in. I have slow mode on, so that's just in case I do get a bunch of people, but I don't usually, so we'll see how this goes. Anyway, we'll start this off. So basically, Cyberlink PowerDirector is the program that I use when I edit my videos. Now, let me know if you can see this properly. I want to make sure that you can. So these are different icons on the left-hand side here. So you've got your JPEGs and basically with your pictures. You've got a 360, so if you had a 360 camera, you could use that for editing. And then you have your MP4s. So your MP4s are going to let you go ahead, take your video, drag it down to the bottom, and edit it. But if you want to preview it first, you just simply click on it and click play. You'll be able to hear the background music and see the video. It's very short, but it just gives you an idea of what's going on. Now, if you want to do anything more with that, say you want to take that, you just drag it down to your timeline. Okay, so now you got that in your timeline. You want to have any more? Do we have any more MP4s? It's pretty much the only one we got except for the beach one. So we'll use that. But if you wanted to add anything into it, you could. Now, one of the big features that I use is, well, the audio. Okay, so the audio is not always the best. You want to edit it. You can go down here where it sets in your frame, in your timeline. If you right-click, it'll bring up a menu. Now, in this menu, you can choose link, unlink, video, and audio. Now, if you do that, you'll see that now this is split. So you can take your audio, you can move it down. Oops, my bad. You can take your audio here. There we go. There we go. So you can take that, move it down, and just move it right out of the way if you want. Just drag it down to another timeline. So if you put that there and play it, this will still play, but you can also add a second track. So I just wanted to let you know about that. So if we wanted to have a different background, of course, we could choose the sunrise. These are just background pictures that you could add. You could add that to your video if you wanted to. You could add them all if you really wanted to. But if you're not sure if a clip has action to it or anything like that. You just click on it, and over here it's going to tell you. It'll come up with all the controls for your play and your stop and all that kind of good stuff. So if you want to use that, it's there for you to be able to use. But this is just a picture. But a nice thing about this is, let's get rid of this just for a second. And you can just simply get rid of that by just clicking on it and hit delete, and that part's gone. Now you're back to your original video. So if you want to take that, some of the nice things you can do, what about if you need a thumbnail? Okay, so the thumbnail you want from your picture, okay, you can expand this. Take the picture here, you get the double arrows, drag it across. Now sometimes it won't let you drag it that much, but see, it did let me drag it a little bit. Let's see if I can get it anymore. Okay, so that's the max this particular one is going to let me do. So now that I've done that, if I want to do a picture for my thumbnail on my video, you can click on where it has a picture here and go take a snapshot of the video. So now it's going to let you name it. And so what you want to do first is you want to take your little marker here and you move it to the point where you want it. So if you want the clouds here, now of course in your video it's going to be a little bit different than what you've got right now. So you can pick the clouds are finally there or back, whatever you want. And as soon as you take the picture and you click on it, it's going to let you save it. You can rename it. You can just call it clouds and save it as a JPEG. And now down here it says don't prompt me to confirm a file name. So if you want to just take a generic whatever it comes up with, you can do that. Or you can just save it here and it's just going to go save to wherever you want it to go to. So I'm not going to save it because I'm not going to be using that. So some of the other features you can do is if you start working on a project and you want to save it, you go up to File and you go Save Project As, and now you're just going to give it a name. And you can choose where you want to save it at. Right now it's going to save it in the D drive. But you can pick any drive here. Like if you have other drives, yeah, you can pick C drive, D drive, E drive, wherever you want it to go to. And then that will let you do that. It'll save it here. And then that will be saved. So if you want to come back to it later, you'll be able to do that. And what about if you want to, if you've got the audio? So let's just join the audio here, back up. We'll right click again. And we're just going to link them back together. Oh, did that not work? Okay, it doesn't matter because they're together. Anyhow, if you want to take parts of your audio, you want to find keywords, you can take your little arrow here and you can expand your timeline. So now, if you had sound clips in here that you want to take, and say you don't want cursing in your video and you want to get it there. Hello, Brian. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this maybe. Toby Comey Ness wanted to acknowledge you. So we're just talking about editing with Cyberlink. The PowerDirector 16 is the version I'm using, but this stuff works pretty much the same for all the rest of it. And I'm just showing how to take a clip or how to take a thumbnail. And if you guys have any questions, throw them out there. And if I know, I'll certainly answer it for you. Even if it's not related to what I'm doing here. If you got a question, let me know. But thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. So when you've got your video here, I've expanded it by just taking this and dragging it. Now you can take individual sections. So if you want to start here, see how it puts a line? You can go to right here, which is called Split Timeline. If you click that, now it's separated this segment here from this segment here. Now, if you want to go and say, okay, I want to take out this portion of your timeline because I don't like that because there was some cursing or whatever it was. You can now click Timeline again. And now this video and this video are together. But you still want to get rid of this. So you're simply going to click on it. Now, because I've split them, you can just simply shift and click the bottom one. If that doesn't work, do Control and do it that way. And then all you got to do is click on the little trash can. And that's going to remove that little clip. It'll say remove and leave a gap in case you want to insert something else in there. Or if you want to remove and fill the gap, so then this one here will move across. Now, it says remove, fill gap, and move all clips. So if you had several clips, you could use that. I haven't actually used that part of it, so I'm just going to not talk about that right now. But another thing to notice, it has all your little shortcuts. So these different shortcuts, you can just use keyboard commands to do that instead of using the mouse if you wanted to do that. So what I usually use is to get rid of this clip, I'll just do remove and fill gap. And you'll notice that clip just disappears. So everything moves over. So if you had something in there and you don't want it, now it's gone. But what if it's like, oh, I didn't want to do that because I wanted that clip in there. Just click undo. Bottom top, click undo and it's done. Just a quick question for you though. Can you see what I'm doing properly? I just want to make sure, because if I'm doing all this and you can't actually see it, it's kind of a huge waste of time. If anybody's still here. I see two people saying. It says two people are still here, so anyway, let me know. So anyway, all I did is I undid it, and now that's in here. Now what if you had another clip? Okay, we're going to take the same clip. I'm going to move it down. So I'm going to take this and drag it down. I'm going to put it as a second timeline. So now you got the same clip. Now, this would be as if you had the video from your webcam or something else. And even though they're watching this portion, you want to kind of insert it. So what you can do is take this part here, shrink it down, and you drag it to where you want it. Okay, so let's choose that. Now this is actually showing it up. So if you take the little corner, drag it down. Now, that portion here is actually the bottom portion. So now you can manipulate that if you want that little video clip playing. Say you wanted to play a video clip from somebody else's video and you just want to drag it in there and show it. You can put it down here, or you can move it up top. Anywhere you want, you can move it anywhere. And then just leave it. And if you decide later on you don't want it, click down here and you can just delete it. Or something I see when people use, this is called Cyberlink PowerDirector 16. Now I think when I first got it, it was quite expensive, but I think it's come down in price now. I think it's like 160 bucks. So even though it's a bit pricey, it will allow you to edit your videos and make them a lot better. One of the big features is if you, a lot of people use a cell phone for doing their videos, including myself. So when you're taking your video and you got your cell phone up, it's going to come out just like that when you do your video. You've seen the videos and there you got the black spaces on the right-hand side or the left-hand side. And what causes that now is you didn't orient your video. So if you had this as your entire video, I'm just going to expand it again here. Now what you can do is take that video, you can port it from your phone into the computer, and see how they get the double arrows there now? So I could turn that, and see how it's turning? So now I've got the video going a different way. And then of course you can make it smaller so it'll fit. Okay, so that's the way a lot of the phones would actually normally show up. And you'd have a big black space on this side and another one on the other side. But you don't want it like that. So that's why you just hover your mouse over here. You change it. And then you just expand it to fill the screen. And then you have no more black space. You know, it's all taken up. And in this case, you can see the clip behind it because we've got two video clips in here. But by doing that, now you got the opportunity, if you've done it on your phone and you have it vertically instead of horizontally, now you can do that, fill the whole screen. People will be able to see it better, and you'll be able to have a better video. And of course, with some of the other features I'm going to show you, you'll be able to edit it better. And you can cut out the sound. You can take out pretty much anything you want. Because you could say, I was watching the video and then curse, curse, curse. And then you continue on. And it's, oh, I didn't want to put that in there. So now you just go back, do the little clip here like I just showed earlier, and just remove it. And the same with this here. I'm going to resize this. This could be your clip where you've got your video on your phone, because maybe you did like a Facebook game or something like that, but you want to be in it as well. You can put it in here and then do what's called a voiceover, and then record your video, have it in a separate track on the bottom here, and then the video would play while you talk about what's going on in the game, like if it was a game or whatever it is you're talking about. Because sometimes you do a video and the audio gets completely messed up. And now, I mean, you have a choice. You can reshoot that video, which is sometimes if you've captured a moment, now you can't do it. But you can take that same video, edit the audio, and then simply just add the audio back in. And then you'll have the video playing while you're there explaining what took place. So that's just a nice little feature to have. And this is just obviously just a small clip. It's the identical clip that I had here. And like I say, you can put it anywhere in the screen. It's like when you're gaming, if you have OBS, you can do the same kind of thing. This little screen here would be where you want to position yourself, whether you want at the top of the screen, bottom left corner, wherever it's going to not interfere with the game you're playing the most. So because you don't want it covering what you want to show people. Because if you do that, well, now they can't really get the explanation of what you're trying to show them. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Actually, I'm just going to drag this back. So all I do is click on this here, and I just move it. And I can move it and leave it wherever I want. So if I want to move it there and I want to add another clip to it, like this is a 360 clip. So you could click on that, drag it down, and now see it's going to go over top of that. So you're going to get a message, and it says, do you want to overwrite it? Do you want to trim it to fit? Or do you want to insert it and move all the other clips? So if you click insert and move all the clips, what happens is this clip that you already had on the screen will move over here, and it'll put that clip in here. So we're going to do that. We're going to insert and move all clips. So now you've got the 360 video, and you got this one. Now, this one is moved over. Now, we're going to get rid of this because we started to get rid of this in the beginning. So we just click on the remove selected clip. And we're going to go remove and fill gap. And now we got two sections here. So when I click on that, now we're going to go link and unlink video. But instead of just choosing this section here, we're going to use this. We're just left click on it. And then left click on the bottom, like with your control key. Left click again. And do that till you selected all the different clips. And now you can right click and go group or ungroup objects for starters. And then when we move it, it all moves together. And now your audio and everything is going to be in the same spot. So if I was to play this right now, what you're actually going to see, because I've highlighted this, you're going to see the top clip, but the bottom clip is also there, so it's obscuring it. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like if I was to leave it like this. See, so that top clip is playing, but so because it's taking up the whole screen, you can kind of see it in the background here. And then you saw the final part. And it'll go to the end, and it'll just stop, and it'll go back to the beginning again. So let's let it do that. See, it just skips back to the beginning. So again, that's where you want to have, I'm going to get rid of this little one here. Again, I'm just going to, now you can go up and click on the remove selected clip, or you can just hit your delete key, and then it's gone. So if you want this as part of it, but you only wanted the small part, now see, because it's showing that it's over top, overlapped the other video, so you can just drag this down, and just put it on the bottom. And then wherever you want. If you want to leave it in the middle, choice is yours. So now if I click on back and I click play, this is going to play and this is going to play both at the same time. So you'll see. See, now you've got two things going on. So you can kind of use that and combine them and get a feel for what's going to happen next. Now, another thing is, what if you want to add audio? You could add audio, or if you had audio in this part, which there is sound, but you're not getting the sound because what's happening is the clip on the bottom is actually taking it over for whatever reason. So you want to have music in there. You want to make sure you click down here, because right now you're just playing the one that's up top. So now if we click it, you're still not getting it. So what we have to do is we have to click on our audio. And we want to right click. You can go normalize audio. You can remove it, change it, or you can restore it to original volume level. And now when you restore it, you can actually see the video, their audio down here. So now what's happened? Now you can actually hear the sound. Now, what's nice about that is, what if there's a portion in here? See, you have the peaks in here. All the big, like when you make the most noise, basically. So what if this peak here, you don't want it? You just do the same thing again. Click on the actual clip and drag your cursor. Okay. And you can drag this wherever you want that sound to go from. So you want to remove that sound clip there, and you can remove tiny little sections. So what you want to do is expand it more, and then take this and just drag it a little bit if you want. So if you do that and then click split the timeline or the clip, it'll divide it there. But if you want to take out this whole part, just drag it a little bit further and split it again. Oh, I forgot to do the first split, so we'll go back and do that. Right there, and we're going to split it. So now we've taken out this section. So you could, like right now the clips are joined back together. So if you wanted to, you could pick this individual section. You could ungroup them again. And then take that individual audio clip and again just delete or click on the trash can. And you want to say, in this case, you want to remove it and you want to leave the clip. Now, you'll still get the video, but that sound will stop for a couple seconds. So you heard that little pause. Now, the biggest thing with this is a very, very short clip. Okay, this is basically the generic one they give you with the program. So what you want to do, if you want to put your own little soundtrack in there, you can go to your YouTube creator, find the clip you want to use. Hello, Joe Fundy. Welcome to the channel. I'm just doing a little bit of editing, and I'm just explaining that. And I'll go back over it. Not like I have a lot of people watching. And if you have any questions, please let me know. So what I basically just finished doing is I took out the audio clip here. Now, if I decide at some point, I really wish I hadn't done that. Again, come up to the top, click undo, and it's back in. And you can undo everything you've done in the audio, the video. If you want to reverse everything you've done, if you've done like an hour worth of audio, video auditing for like the video and the audio itself, but you're like, oh, I should have kept it the way it was, you can go up here and you can undo that to your heart's content. And it won't stop until you've taken everything out. Like, it'll bring it all back. So it's back to being resized. Before we took it and made it small. And again, you can move it to the corner, whatever you want to do. So some of the other tools that are nice to have is your edit audio. So one of the things I was making a mistake of when I first started, I'm just going to get rid of this clip here. I'm just going to remove it. On your audio portion, you can click on this and you can unlink them, ungroup them, and you unlink your video, which I've already done. And if you want to normalize it, because now you've got two clips. Generally speaking, when you put your clips together, you want to take the clips that you have in there. You want to go over here where it says Audio Mixing Room, left click, and then it's going to say Normalize. So what's going to happen now? Right now you can't see that audio. So I'm going to go back and just make sure you can see it. So let's go back. Let me see if I can. There. So in this clip right here, you can see where the actual audio is. I'm just going to expand that. Now, in here, you can choose different clips or whatever. But if you don't like that clip or you want to do something with the audio because it's too loud, if it's too loud, what will happen is you'll have peaks. So you'll have, see these little dots? So if I take that dot and I move it up, what will happen is you'll have peaks. So when somebody's listening to your video, you got highs and lows and they're all over the place. So that's why you want to click on the audio clip. Okay, now in this case they're combined, so that's fine. Go to your audio mixing room, that's what it actually is called. And now you can normalize it. Now the reason it's got two different ones here is because there's two different clips. You've got this one here and you got the one on the bottom. So select the one you want and that will make it different. So you can click normalize and see how all the peaks are gone here. So now it's just a straight steady stream that you're not going to have somebody saying something extremely loud or very low. Because I've watched a few videos and I've had to turn my volume up to like 50 and sometimes all the way up. And then I still have a hard time hearing them. Well, if you're a low speaker and you're just very difficult to hear, this is your savior. Because you can go in here and you can put it whatever you want. Like right now, you can see where it's set at -28. Well, if your video is extremely low, you just click and hold your left mouse on that little blue tab, and you can take it all the way up. So that's taking it up 12 decibels. And you see how the lines now have skewed? So if I play that clip right now, I might just, I might hurt the ears of anybody that's actually watching. I'm not going to do that. Now, I can drag it back down, try and get it wherever it was at, or I can just return, take it back to what it was. 0. Now, it says 0 because that gives it an even balance. Now, first off, I'm not an expert editor. I've learned a lot, and what I haven't learned, my daughter has actually helped me with to get even more. So that's why I just want to pass on a little bit of what I'm doing here and how I edit my videos and how it can help you. So another thing you can do is when you're done, you go back here to your media room. We're going to get rid of the bottom part. Now we're just going to go remove and leave, and yeah, we'll go fill gap. And that moves everything over. And we're going to get rid of the bottom one as well. So let's pick something else here. What else do we want to do? We want to go, well, let's say we like it. We're happy with it. And now we want to produce our video. So make sure you've got it selected, which is just a left click on it. Then you're going to go up to produce. Now this will take a second. Now it gives you all your different types. Now I use H.264 AVC. And then I usually I use 2K to upload in. And yes, it can take an extremely long period of time to do that. And actually some of my videos are produced in 4K. When you do that, a 15-minute clip could take you maybe an hour to render and to be ready before you can upload it to YouTube. So one of the other things I want to point out, other than the fact that it's an MP4, and you can choose different formats, but the MP4 is the most common. So I recommend leaving it there. You can choose 2K, or if you want it just 1080p, you can do that. Go all the way up, even down as far as 640 by 480, which that's pretty low resolution, but maybe your system can't handle anything more. So that's something else to consider. So let's get rid of that. And of course you have your default, this is my default on this computer. And I can change it. I can make a custom one and change it to one of these other formats or whatever, and just save it again. And then I can also make that my default if I wanted to. So if you want to create a new profile, you can do it here. And this is just details about what everything is. So when you click on the details, it tells you your properties. Like it's an MPEG 4 AVC, which is the one here that we picked. You've got your bitrate. And of course it's 2048 by 1080, which is your 2K. Now, some of the other stuff here, I don't know that well. But your audio codec is AAC, which is common, and stereo. And your audio bitrate is 384. These are just your default settings when you go at 2K. So you can click OK. And that's, I mean, it's the default anyway, so it's going to be fine. So you can go down here, you choose surround sound or Dolby Digital if you've got the proper settings all set up on your computer. You can upload a copy of your video with this program directly to Cyberlink. Now, the only thing I don't know is if you upload it to Cyberlink, whether that becomes their property. Seems to me as you upload it, it's their property. Kind of like YouTube, it's technically their property until you either delete the video or something like that. But I know they probably keep it on their servers or something. So I haven't done that, and I probably may never do that. But it is an option if you want to save on the Cyberlink cloud. Now, the downside to that is this is an extra feature you have to pay for. When you first get the program and pay for it, I think they give it to you for like a month or maybe a year. After that year, then you can pay for it. It's not that much. It might even be just $100 or something like that. I mean, I don't say just $100. It's $100. But at least you have that ability to save it somewhere besides saving it on your computer. Because 2 years down the road, your computer craps out, you haven't backed up any of that stuff, it's not going to help you. Hi, John CRV. I'm just explaining how I do some of my editing and going over some of the features of Cyberlink PowerDirector. And yeah, I just thought that would be a nice live stream, something that actually educates and helps people out a little bit. I noticed that a lot of the people that I watch use this program. So those that don't know all the advanced tools or just how to cut and paste or anything like that, how to take out and edit your audio, I thought I'd put that in there. Akaru 673, Road to 700. Oh, there you go. Welcome to the channel. 3, I think that's a new number for me, is 3 people. If I get 4, we'll celebrate. I'll have a drink or something. But thank you for dropping by. So I'll get back to this. Now, if you want to know how long your video is, you've got your time codes down here. So of course it starts at 0, and the more you add to it, the longer it's going to get. And when you want to save your files, you can choose to put it in a different directory. Right now it's just in my directory for Cyber PowerLink, but I almost never use that because I want to save it somewhere else. Yeah, it is a great editor. It really is. I bought this, chose this quite a while ago. I think it was around $160 at the time. I think you can get it much cheaper now if you get it on sale. And they go on sale quite often. So if you want to save this file, you can go down here. And you can choose someplace else on your computer to save it. Any place at all. Hi, Angry Pirate News. Welcome. appreciate you dropping by. I'm just going over the editing program and explaining some of the stuff in Cyberlink PowerDirector. So with you here, 4 watching is now my new high total here. Cheers! So I was just explaining a little while ago, a lot of the people, when they film their videos, they'll use their phone to do it. And when they do that, you've got a lot of black space on both the left and right hand side. So when you have that, and a way to expand it is using this program. And I'll go back and show that here in a minute. So right now I'm just showing how to produce the video. And basically I've gone to where you would save it, and then you click start, and it would produce your video in 4K. So we're going to go back to edit. And so this is the video I was working on. It's built into the program. So I'm just going to delete it, and I'm going to bring it back down and start again here just to show people that have just arrived. So what I was saying before is if you click on this here, that brings up your video clip. Now, this is MP4. You've got your JPEG. And now this is an MP4, but it's in 360, which is kind of cool if you had a 360 camera. Yeah, thank you. It is a great product. Yeah, I've upgraded a couple times. I started off with, I think it was 14, so they've had 2 upgrades since then. And the nice thing about it is when you buy the new version, they'll usually give you 1 free upgrade. So that's kind of nice. So this video, when you want, if you want to choose which one you're going to put in your video, you can choose this one here. Click the little play, and you can hear the audio, see what it looks like. And that's it. John CRV says he had version 16. He started with V8. Oh my goodness. Okay, now you're dating yourself, John. Because I had a V8 a long time ago too. So some people actually still use that, believe it or not. The V8 cameras. I don't know why, but I guess they want to have that vintage feel maybe. I actually still have that camera. I have one behind me in the closet. So it's kind of neat to have an old camera. Is probably just as old as me. Maybe older, I don't know. I'm pretty old, pretty ancient. But anyway, so you pick your clip and you can just drag it down to your timeline. Now I've expanded the timeline, so I'm just going to put it back to what it was. Because this clip, when you first put it, it's kind of like that. So if you've got audio with it, you're not going to be able to edit your audio because you're not even going to be able to see it. So when you put your left mouse up here and hold it down, you can drag that across, and it will take your video and expand it huge. And now you can actually see your audio clip. And if you want to cut a section out of that, you go up to your timeline here, and you hit the split the clip. And again, go over here again to wherever you want to. If you want to go all the way over here, you can do the same thing and split it again. And now you can hit the delete key on your keyboard, or you can hit the trash, and it'll give you options at that point. Or if you just want to trim certain sections, you can use this portion here as well. Now, I'm going to undo that because I want to show you some of the other features here. So we've got edit audio. Now, beauty of Cyberlink PowerDirector is it has 2 different things that you get when you get it. So you've got the wave editor and you got the audio director. So if you want to get really finite in how you choose your audio, you can pick audio director and it'll take you into that program, and you can edit way better than you'll be able to do right from here. And wave editor is kind of along the same line, but just maybe not quite the same. But that's just 2 options. I may go into that here, but we'll see. But audio director, I'll show you audio director. We'll go into audio director. It's going to open up this program here, which is included with Cyberlink PowerDirector when you get it. And of course, most of the time, you're going to get an update. And it says that you want to update it. Now, sometimes the updates are free, sometimes they're not. But now you can see your audio much clearer. So if you want to edit this, you can start splitting your screens. You can record it. Like, what if you want to record over your video? Because, like I say before, the sound, you had a lot of wind and it's cutting out, and now you've missed an entire clip. Well, you can go into your audio section here, decide where you want to start. Now, I haven't used this a lot. So, same thing as the other one. You start and you move it around. Let's say right in between there. Because what's usually happening is sometime in here, the audio stopped, and then it'll start here. I'm just going to read here. Oh, there you go. So Angry Pirate News says he uses it for every video because he uses a separate mic for the sound. So that's perfect. That's exactly what this program is great for. You want to have your audio separate from your video. You can combine the two of them in here, and it'll make it flawless. You won't even know the difference. Yep, exactly. John, our CRV, says it's also great for clipping the audio without splitting it. Like, I split it there, but you don't have to split it. So I'm just going to choose this particular program that came with it. And like I say, I haven't used this much, so I'm just going to try and show you. So I've got this at add timeline marker. You can give it a description, and then you would move it somewhere else and here and use it. I'm not going to go into it too much because honestly, I haven't played it a lot. So maybe that'll be for another video. So we're just going to get out of here and go back. I have used it a couple of times. One thing you want to make sure is if you're going to use this, make sure you save it. Because if something goes wrong and you go back to your original video and you didn't save it, well, now you got to go out and start all over again. Actually, one more thing I will show you, though, before I exit, is down below, you've got your record button. So because I'm speaking into a mic, if I wanted to record a clip, I could click on that record button and record whatever I want. And then save that, and then apply that to my video. So just something to know. But like I say, I'm not an expert on this particular version. I'm going to have to play with it tomorrow, actually, and just see how it all works. I don't want to do it here because there might be some real experts on here and I'm going to look crazy. So Brian Toby Comey Ness says he mostly uses Windows Movie Maker. Fight me, he says, for most of my videos. I'm a cheap boy. I don't blame you at all. When I first started, I did not have this program, and I used whatever I had. If you got Movie Maker, there's definitely tons of choices. So you don't have to use a paid version. I'm just using this because there is a paid version out there. It works really well. You will see it in a lot of people's videos. So it's just an option, and I thought since I was using that, I'd show it a little bit and some of the stuff I've learned to help people out. I'm just going to close this out. And now we're back to our original program. So it just pops up over top of it, brings you back to your original clip, and then you're good to go. Now, I don't know how long I've been recording here, so hopefully it's not too long. But we'll keep going. Why not? As long as I can remember what I'm doing, we'll keep going. So some of the nice things that I've done is if you want to record your own from your webcam, and then you put your webcam in here, especially like when you're gaming, which is actually, if you don't have it and it's free, you should get the OBS program, and that will help you do an awful lot as well. Angry Pirate News says he sees a lot of videos that use the trial version and just have the watermark in their videos. And again, yeah, I see that too. And the only way you even know it's a trial is because it has that watermark. But if you can use it, I don't know how long you use it. Maybe you can use it for a long time. It works perfectly fine. Now, I don't know how many of the features it has, but try it out. And then if you like it, go ahead and buy it. Because maybe it has features that'll make your video a little bit better, make your audio a little bit better. But your audio will only get so good because ultimately, however, you're using your mic to record your audio. If you're back and forth, left and right, you might have to go to the audio mixer of this program, the one that I just had up. That might help you with that. All right, John CRV, thank you for coming. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be on here, actually, but I appreciate your showing up. So I'm going to get into some other aspects of this. I'm going to get into stuff I haven't even used. We'll learn, as I say, we'll learn together kind of thing. So again, editing the audio, you've got the two different programs here. You've got tools here. One of the nice things you can do, and I haven't done this in a while, and I may have to remember how. I think it's under Power Tools. Nope, it's not. That's okay. We'll go back. There is a tool in here. So what it's for is basically if you have a... all right, John CRV, take care. If you have a portion of your video that maybe you caught somebody in it and they're like, I don't want to be in your video, instead of throwing the whole thing out, you can do a what's called a blur. Now, I'm going to try and find that for you and see if I can do it. I think it's a blending effect. Yes, I think that's... Is this it? Let me just have a quick look. Okay, let's choose holiday blending. Sure, let's click OK. So what that does is it's going to put, so let's play the clip and we'll show you what it does. I'm just going to go back here. So see, it's giving you like a different background. Not exactly what I was looking for, but well, like I say, you can add different things to it. So you just had, and there's different ones as you saw that you can use for that. So I'm just going to delete that. That's not what I'm looking for. Click back on my video. Now I have to click on that to see these tools. Because sometimes you won't see that on here. And bear with me, folks. I will find it if I can. I've only used it like literally once. Okay, I think it's this one. Where you go track. So if somebody was in your video and they're walking in the background and you want to say, okay, track this particular cloud, we'll say, or whatever it might happen to be. You'd have to move it up here. And you could use the tracker and it will follow the cloud. See how it's moving? So if that was a person in your video, once you've decided to use that particular part of it, then as long as that person is in your video and they're moving around, they're not going to be able to see them. You can override it with something else. And there's different special effects that you can use. Now, I haven't played with this a lot myself. So I like to say we'll learn together, but if I don't know, I won't use it. So we're going to just cancel out of there. Yep, cancel. Okay. I will find it. If I can't find it, well, then we'll go on to something else. Oh, I can't find it. Okay, so we'll talk about something else. We'll talk about the, oh, what's this? Brian Toby Comey Nest tracker. Hey, I'm writing music on a tracker. Oh, good for you. There is maybe I'll have to do a separate video on how to do that. But I just wanted to touch on some. I'm probably already gone longer than I planned to, so I didn't really plan. Oh yeah, it says I've been live for 50 minutes. I didn't even think I planned to be live that long. We'll see. So there are different effects. Like the one I just discovered tonight, the blending effect. So we're going to use that. We're just going to play with that a little bit more. So because this is clouds, maybe one of the nice things you could add was, let's try a lens flare. Let's see what that does. So let's click OK. We'll leave it at the default for now. But you can go in here and you choose normal. You can choose different hues. You can have different, like more versions of them, I'm guessing. And anyway, we'll just click the default and we'll click OK. And then if you want to see what it looks like, just click play. And see it's got that flare coming from the back. Just adds another little feature to your video. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure if everybody here saw it. If you want to take for thumbnails, big thing in your videos is thumbnails. So if you want to have a particular portion of your video and you want a thumbnail of it, you just click on the little camera thing here. So it says take a snapshot of the video. So first, take your little marker and find a particular thing. See, the sun is there, the flare. So you can go to the flare and you can say, okay, take a picture where the flare is at. So if you take a snapshot of this, it's going to let you rename it. You can just call it flare, save it wherever you want, click save, and now when you're done uploading your video to YouTube and where it goes custom thumbnail, you can go custom thumbnail, go wherever you save that file, and then make that your thumbnail. So the sky's the limit when it comes to thumbnails in terms of what you want to put there to draw people in to watch your video, because maybe it's like this and it's not that entertaining and you want to have something there that's more entertaining than you are. So you put a thumbnail up there and you say, come watch this video, it's Cyberlink. And they'll say, oh, what is that? And they'll come and they'll have a look. So just something to keep in mind. I'm kind of liking these lens flare things. I'm going to try, what if I want more than just one lens flare? So we're going to click on our clip again, so left click, and we're going to try another one and just see how fancy we can get. So let's go blending effect again. And now another thing about this program that's just really, really nice, you can download up to different special effects for text, or like I did one for Halloween, I did one for Christmas. You can download them and they're completely free. Once you've paid for this program, if you choose this program as something you want to use, and like Brian had said earlier, there are many free versions. But the reason I use this one is because of how many things there are for you to use. And as you produce more and more videos, you want to maybe have a little bit more extra flair to it. Just something that, I don't know, makes it stand out more. Like, let's have a look at this white noise. Excuse me. And we'll add that. Now, I've added 2 of them. So there's 2 of them here. So you can see this one's here, and I've added the second one. Now, you can add several different layers to your video. And just keep on adding them. Hi, Forsac. Forsac is a long supporter. I mean, so is a lot of other people here. Angry Pirate News, I think it was my longest. But Forsac is first person to make a PayPal donation. So he gets the crown for that. And he just built himself a new computer. How did that go? I'm curious to find out. I know you said you got Windows 10 Pro working on it, which is congratulations for that. Hopefully everything else went great. I'm just giving some editing advice and playing around with Cyberlink PowerDirector 16. It's not a free version, but it is an option if somebody wants it, and not a free version. So, yeah. So we're going to have a look at this clip and see what, you can already see how it's colorized the clouds. So we're just going to play that and see what it looks like. And and you got your flare. So, not bad. And can we dance it up a little bit more? Let's find out, shall we? Let's see. Well, I don't have 3D, so I probably can't do that. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Oh, awesome. So Forsac just made himself a new computer, built it, and he just says he downloaded Battlefield 1 and it's running in ultra settings, so that's awesome. You have a great time with that game. It looks awesome. I don't have it yet, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying that sometime. Maybe it goes on sale on Steam again or something. I don't know if it's Steam or was it Origin. I'm not sure which one it was, but I think it was Origin, actually. Either way, it's an awesome looking game, so yeah, definitely enjoy that. So one of the other things you could do on here, let me just see if I can go back up, is like, again, any of these flares or whatever you put in here, to get rid of them is simply click on them, left click with your mouse, hit the delete button, they're gone. Hit the trash can symbol to remove the selected clip. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So let's go back here. Oh, nice. He says he can get that game for 14 euros. I'm not sure what that is in Canadian, but or US, but sounds like a good price. So what is this? It says more features. Well, there you go. Now, normally you get that if you right-click on the video itself, but that's just another way of getting it. So you can edit the clip. You can view the properties of the clip, its attributes. You can set it for 3D or for TV format, all these different things. Now, this program is so intense, so much to learn. I've been using it for about a year, and there's just so much still to learn. So, and one of the things that you have here is you can mute your clip. So if you decide you don't want any of the sound on there, you can mute it. And let's try that right now while I'm actually live and see what happens, and see when I play the clip, does it actually mute it? So let's go mute the clip and let's play it and see what happens. Yeah, so before we had audio, and yep, it's muted it. Now you just got the scenery. So if you just want to do a short video, and I've seen some videos where they're very short, and they're just there, and then you have music playing in the background. You can make a music video type thing where it's like a relaxing, scenic thing for you to just enjoy. Oh, yeah, Forzac mentions he was using Vegas Pro 13. It doesn't look too different. Yeah, I tried to get Vegas Pro actually initially, but problem I ran into is it seemed to be quite expensive at the time. So, and I don't think I could get 13. I think 13 was the free version, maybe. Or maybe not. I'm not really sure, because it's been quite a while now since I had a program different than this one, because this one just basically does everything I want to do. But initially I was trying to get Vegas Pro 13 for my video, and had hoped to get it, because I think at one point in time it was free, and it is a fantastic program. And I know a lot of people use that program too, but yeah, you'll have to let me know how much that actually cost. Like, was it hugely expensive, or was it free, or whatever? I mean, I don't know, maybe you got it as a torrent. I don't know. I used to download torrents all the time. I used to download movies and everything, and then the RIAA, is it? The movie industry or whatever it was. They started charging like suing people for outrageous amounts of money because somebody downloaded a movie. I get it. I get, people aren't getting paid for the video, so it makes sense. But it was great back in the day when everything was first free, and Napster was there, and you could get free audio as much as you wanted. Like, that was the cool days, I say. Now it's like, pay up or else, so everybody's greedy. But that's okay. We're all greedy to a point. And yeah, just in case you haven't noticed, my channel has been monetized. So you want to click that little dollar sign? Go ahead. You don't have to. I'm just joking. But if you do, oh, yay. Anyway, let's get back to what I'm doing here. Oh, Vorsec says he did get it for free, but it was a demo version. You know, he doesn't know. And he has a problem with the Gigabyte App Center. Can't try to figure it out. Okay, he's talking about his computer. He's the Gigabyte App Center. There are definitely problems with a Gigabyte App Center. I will tell you that for sure. I have had issues myself as well. Sometimes you just don't use it. You can go without using it. There are other programs that will give you some of the same features. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that as well, and that'll be something to consider. Because Gigabyte has really good features, but it's like you can get the features with ASUS and Gigabyte and a lot of them, but a lot of them do have little bugs in them, and sometimes it's just updating them later on, sometimes not so much. Oh yeah, so he's got the Gaming Pro Carbon, and it has more LEDs. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to the video. I don't really care. What do you want to do? You can chat. You can watch this. If you're coming for just this, well, I hope you don't mind the chat, because I mean that's why it's a live stream, and the first part of the video is pretty much going to show you what you need to know anyway. So the rest of it is just communicating. All right. So again, if anybody wants to know, there are other features that you can add on the thing here. The special effects. I don't use these very much. I don't particularly like them, but you can download many different ones. The one I do use, however, let me just find it, is some of these. You can have different like 3D like clips, and you can put these in, and you can put your text inside those. So if you're doing a video and you want to say something that you forgot to say, you can have a little cloud come up and type in your little comments and put it in there. And I like the paint animations. I've used some of these. Hot air balloon. But the one I use the most, let me just see if I can find it here, is this one. Now this is called the particle room. So you can see how this is just adding different features to your video. And the one I use, to see if I can find it here. Bear with me just for a moment. Oh, you know what? I don't have it because I usually use it on my laptop upstairs, so I may not have it. Anyway, let's choose lens flare. Okay, we'll add that. Now, all you do is you click it, and again, just add it to your video. You just drag it down the timeline. Let's see here. May have to replace one of these. So let's just go overwrite. And then what we've done is we got get rid of one of the flare. Okay, Forsac, take care, man. Angry Pirate, take care. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm not going to go very much longer anyway, so people will get bored. Sometimes even I get bored. So we're going to go back. We're going to stop this, and let's see what that does. Yeah. So it gives you the flare up in this area of the screen. And for a little, like a country setting, that's quite nice, actually. So I like that. So we're going to use a different one. Just see what the difference is. Now, I think you can only use one of these maybe or at a time. So let's see what the next one looks like. I'm going to actually incorporate some of these into my future videos just to give it a better look. Actually, it'll be in this live stream when it actually goes, when I actually upload it. That's if I don't actually delete it. I don't know if I'm keeping it or not. We've been live for what it says is an hour and 5 minutes. I don't usually go very long, but why not? We'll keep going. So some of the other things you can do in terms of the particle effects, you can create your own things like you can go holiday pack. I don't have the Christmas one on here or the Halloween. There are different ones you can choose. Like this would be an interesting one to see. The sea. So let's choose that as part of this and see what happens. And let's play our video. So it actually overwrites the actual entire video. So you wouldn't want that. So what you could do is click on that clip. And let's see if it lets us change that. Let's see if it... so we can go edit particle effect. Let's see. All right. Now let's see if it lets us minimize it maybe. Yep. Okay. So you got right here, crop. So it's going to add a background image or add a custom background image. Let's say add a custom background image. Oh no. Okay. Sorry. That's if you want to import one. So I want to resize that if it will let me. Oh, no, we didn't want to do that. All you do, if you do that, just hit escape and you go back to where you're at. It says I'm playing ROTR? Really? Okay. I don't know why it does that, because that's not what I typed in. Oh, yes, it does. Oh, well, I'll change that after. I'm not really sure why it does that. I do not know why it's saying that. Wow, thank you for telling me. Yeah, I don't know why it's... I wonder if I could edit that title. Probably not. I'll edit it afterward. I may delete the whole clip, I don't know. Actually, I won't delete it because it'll just kill any watch time I got from it. But I will edit that, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to do it right now because if I edit it right now, it probably will... Will it end my stream? Well, if it ends my stream, thanks for dropping by. But, yeah, I think it's not going to... Oh, let's see what happens. Oops. Okay. Go back. Okay, we're not going to do that. Oh, no, we're stuck with this again. All right, we're not going to do that. We'll do that after. That's fine. I didn't know what would happen if I did that, but yeah, YouTube doesn't like it if you try and edit your video while you're recording it. So I'm going to see if I can. No. I'm trying to make this smaller to fit in place, but it doesn't seem to want to do that. Let's see, fit, let's say 10%. No, I want a little bit bigger than that. 25%, sure. Sure, now will it let us move it? So let's click this. Oh, there we go. So you can move it around. Now, I don't know why you would want to use this, but it's there. So I'm going to click OK. And let's see what happens. All right. It definitely did not stay small for very long. All right, we're going to get rid of that. That's useless. We'll keep our flare effect. And we'll try using some of the other ones. This is basically a social experiment to see what's going on. And I'll change my video afterward before it uploads and change that title because it's not supposed to say that. But I haven't gone live very often, and I usually do play a game, actually. And when I play a game, then everything seems to work fine. But when I try to do anything else, it kind of goes the other way. Oh, nice. Forsac is saying he's going to help a friend with his PC. He's going to buy a Ryzen 7 2700X. Awesome. And he's going to make the BIOS update with his Ryzen 5 1600. And he's going to buy a Gigabyte AX370. Awesome. That's great stuff. I have a computer right now actually for sale that it's only a Celeron processor, so it's kind of a hard sell. It's great. I've actually did a video on it, and you can play games absolutely perfectly on it. And that's mostly because it has GTX 1050 Ti, so there's always that. So anyhow, we're going to have another look at some of this other stuff here. Holiday pack. We've got sports. You can choose different scenarios to add to it. Let's see what happens if I add that. There you go. Just basically what I want to call special effects, basically. But if you're doing a video and you want to put something in there because you forgot to say it, you can click on your title room. So basically, it says title room, but it's basically text. And you can click on your text to whatever you want to have. You can say, okay, let's flip it. Okay, perfect. That's what we're doing, PowerDirector. So we're going to add that to our clip, and it'll add it down below. And then what you do is you click on it. I have to double click. And it'll come up. So now you can put that wherever you want. So you want to click on it again, and then it gives you the ability to move it around. So you can put it up here or at the bottom, wherever you think it's going to be seen the best. And there you go. So you can go, okay. And now when I play the video, it's going to show PowerDirector on there. Now I don't know if it's going to turn more than once, but no. So now we can see PowerDirector is in the title. But we're doing PowerDirector 16. I'm just going to show you this first. So you're doing PowerDirector 16. So what you can do is go in here and you can change it up here. So you can go PowerDirector 16 and click OK. And now when you click it, it's going to give you PowerDirector 16. Now you'll notice it's gone off the edge of the screen. So what you want to do is you can stop that, click on this again, double click it, and then again click on where your text is, and then you can drag it on the screen so you can make sure it fits. And click OK. Now normally you'd want to save this if you wanted to use it over and over again. So you can go ahead and do that and save it on your directory, wherever you want to save it. For now, we're just going to click OK. And then when we click OK and play it, it's going to do a little flip, PowerDirector 16. And as you can see, there's many, many different ones here you can choose from. All right. If you want to do a Star Wars kind of like special effect type thing, that's great for gamers, maybe, if you want to. And again, you can edit all that text. So if I double click on that, I can go in here and edit it to say whatever I want. Like if I was doing a Star Wars video, I could say something about Star Wars. But of course, this is Cyberlink PowerDirector, so it tells you information about that. So Forsac is saying Celeron 420 is the best. Okay. I'm not familiar with that, to be honest with you. I know the 4900, the 3900, I know there's a couple other ones out there too. And on their own, you can game limited, but maybe you can't game full out or with really good frame rates. Put in a good graphics card to go along with it today, and I think you probably can. Yeah, Forsac is saying he has a picture on Twitter of where his Seagate Barracuda placed. I had problems with the case. Have not enough place to slide it in, hard drive cage, and the Western Digital disc. Yeah, sometimes the cases, depending on how big they are, how small they are, you can have those issues. So it's just a matter of playing around, or maybe just choosing a different case to start with, or something like that. But sometimes once you already got your case, then you just have to make the best with it. And there's lots of things you can do to move those around, even if you don't actually put them in the original slots. So you can put them in the original slot, or sometimes if you have room in the bottom, you can get those little felt feet that will cushion the hard drive, and then just use double-sided tape and just put it on the bottom. And you might have lots of room on there, and everything will work fine. Just an idea. But I mean, obviously, if you've got the rails and the place to put them, then I would definitely do that. Clifford Starks, welcome. Yeah, I'm just doing a video. I didn't realize that I didn't put the title in there, so it actually says I'm playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, but I'll change that afterward. It's actually a little bit of information on Cyberlink PowerDirector 16, and just chatting and seeing how everybody is. So I'm glad to have you here. I've actually surpassed my ultimate goal. I've got 5 people now, so that's a new for me. So welcome to everybody. Cheers to my new goal. I'm going to try to do more live streams. I will try and edit the title properly next time, so that doesn't happen again. But hopefully by the next time you guys see this, once it actually goes live, the title will get amended, and I'll fix it. But I'm learning. I've only done a couple gaming videos, but that's easy because when you do a gaming video, use OBS Studio, it streams for you, and you don't really have to know anything. When you're doing a live stream, otherwise, there's a whole lot to figure out. So basically, I'm using my webcam. I'm using OBS to capture my screens, just in case anybody was wondering about that. And that helps me to show you what I'm trying to teach. And hopefully it's helped somebody. And I just want to actually announce, because most people will definitely not even make it to this point in the live stream video if they watch it at all. I'm going to be having a giveaway. So I'm going to have probably 3 or 4 products. So if you're interested in computers at all, or you want a couple of different parts, I'm not going to say what they are right now. You might want to check that out. I'm going to have a drink. Just diet ginger ale. It's not anything else. So, again, I was talking about some of the different things you can put in here. Yeah, the Celeron 4. I think all the Celerons are actually not that great. Like, not many of them, they're not high-end, let's put it that way. You can do pretty good gaming on them. Like I said, the one I had that was a budget PC, I can game on it at almost 60 frames per second on Tomb Raider and some of the other games. So, you know, at least I can play those games quite well. I'm selling it right now, so I think I priced it. It's actually priced at $7.99 on Kijiji. But if you actually built that computer and priced out just the parts, you'd spend $1,400 on it. And I thought, you know, I'm giving somebody the chance to get a computer that's pretty decent, and for a whole lot less than they'd spend on it. And nobody's tried to buy it. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe maybe it'll be in the giveaway. Maybe I'll put the computer in a giveaway. And I'll have to figure out, I may have to restrict how far I can have that giveaway. Maybe I can only send it off. I was going to do international, but if I add the computer to it, then I wouldn't be able to go international. I'd probably have to stay in North America. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll do that or not, but something to consider. So what you're seeing in the screen in the background right now is like a Star Wars type effect, where you can change all the actual text and do whatever you want with it. Yeah, actually, I have built for a sec older computers like that with the 1156 motherboard, and they run things pretty decent, actually. They're not that bad. I mean, yeah, they're older generation, but they work pretty good. I'm going to get rid of this because this might drive some people a little crazy. So this is another one. Very appropriate to the video I'm doing. And you can add that to it. And every time you add one, you can add like more than one. So initially I had the PowerDirector 16 that was up there. And now I've got Cyberlink PowerDirector. So if I double click on that, it comes up. I can edit it just by simply going up here and type 16. And more importantly, I can click on the text and I can move it and say, well, let's put it on the bottom. And I'll click OK. And then when I play that video now, you'll see both of them. So you've got it on the bottom, got it on the top, and you got some of your special effects and your flare, and it's showing all the stuff you can do with it. So one of the things I plan to do, just in case anybody is curious, I'm going to do I'm going to try and set up 3, 4, I don't know how many computers, or not computers, but cameras to capture like more of the computer stuff, like actually building a computer. I might do segments of it where I put the motherboard in and different things, and maybe do an entire build. But the stream would be quite long, and I'm just trying to make sure that when I film it, it shows the everything I want people to see. I wanted to explain, as I did a video on just connecting the LED cables from your computer case onto your motherboard, and I thought, I don't know, maybe I'll get a few views, but I need it. And it's well over 1,000 views now, and I honestly didn't think that would happen. So it'd be interesting to see. So I'm going to add, we're going to go away from the text only, but it just gives you an idea for what you can put in there. So if you forgot something in your video, you can add your text to whatever section you want. And if I want it in the entire video, or I only want it there for a couple seconds, you go down here and you can just change it. You can, when you get your double arrows, you can make it much shorter. So now it's only going to show up when I go back to the beginning, just for a second. Hey, and that's it. It's gone. Now what you're seeing is just the bottom part. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. I did the wrong one. So double click this one. We're going to click on this one here, expand it back out to the full length of the video. And you see that blue line? That blue line tells you when you're meeting up with another clip. Like see there and at the end. And that's how you know if it's matching the entire length of your video. So the PowerDirector here, double click this again. So if I only want that on part of it, sorry, I didn't mean to double click that. So go down here to your double arrows again, shorten it, and same thing with the one on the bottom. And just make it a little less. So when you start at the video, start it from the beginning. It's only there for a second. The other one's there a little bit longer. And your shards are there for the whole thing, along with your lens flare. And you can adjust each one of those aspects to the video. And it'll be great. This is probably the most I've actually played with this program, other than just cut and paste and editing short sections out and fixing the audio for the whole thing. Could we win DDR4 RAM? No. That will not be there. It's just far too expensive. So I will have things that are up there, but no, DDR4 won't be there, unfortunately. But that's the only hint I'm giving. Oh, maybe I will. We'll see. We'll see. Anything can happen. But not sure when I'm going to do that video for the giveaway. Probably I'm doing this live stream, and then I'm going to probably try and get another video out on Saturday, or I'll do an actual gaming live stream. In which case, it might not come out till middle of next week or sometime around there. in either case, it could be on Saturday as well, because that's when I usually upload. So maybe just to be lazy, I'll have my giveaway on Saturday, and that'll be my video. And then everybody can see that. Flubbin Epic 1080i. Welcome, Flubbin Epic, to the channel. I apologize to anybody that's here for the fact that it says Rise of the Tomb Raider. I neglected to edit the title when I started, so I will edit it to be the proper thing at the end. But for now, there's not much I can do about it, except unless I end the stream. So that will get fixed. But right now, we're talking about Cyberlink PowerDirector 16. And I'm just giving some how-tos. So, and I'm just showing some of the text that you can add, how to shorten it, how to move it around in your video, all that kind of good stuff. If you have any things that you want to see, maybe I've shown it, but you want to see it again, let me know. And I will help you. One of the big things I keep going back to is when people use their cell phone and they use it this way instead of this way, which if you use it this way, it'll fill up your entire YouTube space. Excuse me. But if you use it this way, you're going to get those black lines like on the sides here. And you're going to need to fix that. So there is a way to fix that. You can go back and watch this earlier if you want to see that. Or if you want to see it now, let me know and I'll show you. It's very simple. It's not involved at all. It's actually probably the first things I learned. And that way your video is more appealing. So if somebody is watching your video, they're not having that big black space on the side. So it makes it look better. Now, I had to purchase PowerDirector 16. Initially, I had PowerDirector 14, which was pretty cheap at the time. And I think I've upgraded it twice now. I think they gave me one free upgrade after you bought it. So that wasn't too bad. Actually, but I've used the program for probably from my third video on or something like that. And my daughter actually takes design graphics stuff at school. And she knew more about this than me and probably still knows way more about it than I do because I've only used some of the features. And so she showed me a few things and other things I'm learning right now as I'm going on. Yeah, Forsac was mentioning that he has a pretty weak power supply, and he's going to be buying a 750 watt one because it's large enough for his system. You know what? 750 watt is more than enough. In fact, unless you're doing SLI or Crossfire, I would say depending on what's in your system, you could probably get away with much less than that. You could probably get away. My standard is nothing less than 600 watts. And I usually, well, a lot of my videos I've had more powerful than that. But 600 watt in a lot of cases is plenty. And you can get them relatively cheap. You can go with 450 watt. Again, it depends on what you're doing. I think the smallest I've used was 500. And the reason for that is you want to allow yourself a little bit of room for expandability. So if you want to add something to the system, you want to make sure that your power supply can handle. You can go to PC Part Picker. And on PC Part Picker, you can put all the items you're going to put into your system, and it will tell you how much power you need. And then you can base it off of that. Flipping Epic says enterprise servers with 25 hard drives and 4 CPUs only use 1,000 watts. Just saying. So yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying too. It's like you don't have to have 1,000 watt power supply in a computer. It's largely overkill. And if you got a 1070 or 1080, that's the reason for the 750. Okay. Yeah. It's been a while since I used PC Part Picker to find out what that was, but I actually think, I'm trying to think if you can go with a 650. But I'd have to search that up and find out. So, anyway, we'll get back to back to this a little bit. Otherwise, people are gonna go, I thought he was showing me the video, and he's not showing me. No, I'll show him something. Maybe not as much as they want to see. Maybe I should just go to a web page and show them some of the other stuff. Oh well, that may not work because I haven't experimented with it yet. This is only like, well, literally, it's the first video I've done live stream that I haven't done a game. So this is all new territory for me. So if I mess up, I apologize. It's all part of the learning game, I guess you want to call it. I appreciate for everybody that's here, everybody that's watching, and yes, if you have questions, fire them away. PC Part Picker is a great site for figuring out how much you need. They're pretty accurate, and I think rule of thumb is go with about 50 watts more than what you need, or even 100. The difference in price is not going to be that much, and you'll probably save yourself a lot of money than going for, like a lot of people start off and they go, oh, I need a 1,000-watt power supply, or I need a 950 or whatever. And they do overkill. They use way more than what they need. And it is literally just that. It's just a waste. And if you're using too big a power supply, it actually becomes less efficient. And now you're actually, you're not getting the benefit of that power supply. So, Flubbing Epic says a 300-watt power supply on a 24/7 for a year costs around $300 a year to run. Really? Okay. I'll take your word for that because I have never done what it cost. Now, I know I use mine. I can't remember what I have in mine. I don't think I have. I think I have a 750 in mine. And I pretty much run it 24/7 as well, so I don't know. I don't know how much that costs me. Maybe I should turn my computer off at night if it's costing me that much. Jeez, that seems like a lot. But if it does, it does. You're on a tight budget. Yeah, so if you're on a tight budget, I mean, if you have a 1070 graphics card and all your other parts, go check out PC Part Picker. Put in your actual parts and see what it tells you need. And if you can go with less than what you think, maybe you don't need a 750. If it tells you can run with a 450, great. Buy a 550. Give yourself an extra 100 watts in case you want to do something else down the road. Or if you think you want to do an SLI down the road, like you want to add an extra graphics card, put in the extra graphics card you're going to use. It'll tell you how much more power you need. And then buy that size. Or buy slightly above that size just to make sure, like an extra 50 watts or something, I don't know. And then at least that way, you're not buying more than you need. You know, because when it comes to computers today, with everything being so pricey, you really don't want to overspend on something you don't need or may never use. Power supply is a great place to save. However, let me phrase that by saying, don't cheap out on your power supply either. Don't buy just any power supply. Try and stay with some of the more well-known brands like Corsair or even Thermaltake. I've used Thermaltake, and I'm had some pretty good success with Thermaltake. So it really depends. Okay, yep. Yeah, 4 seconds saying that NVIDIA says it needs a 500 watt. Okay, so again, PC Part Picker, if you use that and you put in that, it'll tell you. And if it says 500 watts, it'll add up all your other components as well. And 500 for your graphics card, that's great. But all your other components have to be factored in. Maybe it's only 550 or 600, whatever it is. And that'll give you a guideline to know where to start. what to look for. So I'm going to go here. I'm probably going to end this stream a bit soon. I've been on for an hour and a half now, but I want to show a little bit more of some of this stuff. So these are some of the other things you can have. So see, it says baby story. It's got a lot of different names. And again, you can edit that. And like I like this one. You can run credits at the end of your screen. You can type in whatever it is. If you want to give a shout out to somebody, you can do it right here. You know, hey, I can double click on this. I can click on here. I can take everything out. And I can simply type in shout out. Oh, yep. And I can type in the names of people. I can say Flubbin Epic. Oh. Orsak. What else do I have in here still? If you're still here, say so. So I can get your name. I know it says there's 4 watching, but I'm only seeing Orsak, Flubbin Extra. Yeah, maybe somebody's just watching it and giving me the watch time, which I really appreciate. Let me just scroll up. Who else is here? Clifford Starks. Here we go. So that gives you an idea. You can type in that, put it at the end of your video, and now it's live stream. So these people are basically, you're getting a shout out. So if you have a video, there you go. And I do recommend, some of these people are great people. If they, I don't know if they all have channels. I'm not sure if Orsak has a channel. But if he does, check him out. Give him some love. Let's see. Who else? Oh, one of the ones is the Angry Pirate. I can't remember if it's Angry Pirate or the Angry Pirate News. It's one of those. Now, one of the things you can notice in here, it's too big. So, what if you want to make it smaller? Just highlight it. Oh, I want to do that again. And if you see, you can go over here and you can change the font size. So let's make it, let's make it 15 or 16. Hit enter and it's resized them. And of course you can go here, change it to make it bigger, and you can keep adding names. Who else do we have? Let's see. Oh yeah, Angry Pirate. Oh, he might still be here. I'm not sure if he's just... No, actually I think he said he left, but that's okay. That's cool. Another, if you like RV videos, you can check out John C. RV, and let's type in B-R-Y-A-N. Now, I gotta spell this because I didn't do so well pronouncing it. So check those guys out. And, you know, if you can help them out, go for it. So I'm going to change this to make this 16 as well. Give me more room. And let's type in, who else do we have? Yep. So A-K-O-R-Y-U. Geez, I had more people here than I realized. Did I miss anybody? Oh, and Joe Fundy. Let's type in Joe Fundy. Joe Fundy. Those are some of the people that were on my stream today. Oh, there's 6 people here now. I might have to scroll down. Oh, and Nathan likes drums. I'm going to add one more. I can make it. I'm going to have to make them all smaller. That's okay. Let's make them smaller. Let's make them 10. But that just shows you the power of this program. Highlight it, make it 10. And now they're smaller, but now you can expand it a little bit more. You can move it down, stretch it out. And now we can add on, let's see who, so let's add in Nathan Likes Drums first. I don't like that default. I'm going to have to fix that. And that's pretty much it. Do we have somebody new? Somebody new. We have Daniel Valier. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for coming. And Daniel Valier says, who is still supporting Eli? I do. I still go there time to time. And Justin Bennett. Nope, he's just finishing up. Okay, I'm not sure what that's about, flipping epic. But, yeah, Justin Bennett. I should put him in there, too, because he's a... Justin Bennett. Oh, yeah, I know. It says... I'm sorry about that, Justin. It says that I'm playing Tomb Raider, and I made a mistake when I did the start of the video. And I guess I didn't edit the title properly. So this is actually the first time I've actually tried to do a video, a live stream, where I was trying to show something other than a game. So I kind of forgot what was going on. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. Daniel, if you're cursing or whatever, I have that filtered out so it won't show up. So you can remove that. I'm not sure why you might choose to do that, but certainly your choice. And it's just something that's set up. It's the default setup for the live stream because I didn't edit it. So apologies for that. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I don't do a lot of live streams, so I'm not surprised if I don't have a lot of people here. So that's cool. I mean, the more live streams I do, the more people will come, and that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. But yes, if you're still watching and you want to see most of my normal videos, which I typically upload on Saturdays, hit that notification bell. And think about subscribing, of course, to see more. So, yeah. Daniel, I remember Daniel now. Daniel was, he used to be on LiveStream. I'm not sure what happened there, if he had something happen, but anyway. Daniel, you're always welcome, but like I say, the message was retracted, and that's simply because of some of the filters I've got on my channel. It will automatically filter those out, so just so you're aware. And yeah, check out all these channels. Ones I've got on here, you can see I've got them here as shoutouts, and they'll show up on the live stream. Sorry, Justin, I hope you didn't come to watch the Tomb Raider game, because yeah, that's not what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Pusa Studios is a great, so I haven't visited them for a while. It's like, I used to be there quite often, and lately I just haven't. So I'm trying to go to more and more people's channels and kind of give them more support and things like that. So I'm just gonna go on here, and this is, again, it's the top one is set at 25. But I'm gonna change the whole thing. I'm gonna make them all 10. And now, if anybody else comes in, I can fit them in here. So I'm going to change that and put that automatically to 10 as well. It may not let me. Apparently it doesn't let you do it till afterward. Yeah, Pusa Studios, I really like their channel. Actually, let's put them up here too. They're not here, but they're a great place, and I would recommend going and give them a visit when you can. All right. And that, if you want, you can click OK on this. Yeah, let's call it Shoutouts. And you'll save that. So now, if you go to the end of your video, you can move that down here. Wherever you want to have it, you can make it as long or as short. So you go on here, you'll get a double arrow. You can make it smaller or larger, whatever you want. You can move it to your video to the end so it lines up. And now when you play it, you'll see them. Now that plays pretty quick, so you might want to actually expand that and make it just a bit more. So you can have it there for a bit longer. That's better. That's the beauty of PowerDirector. It will let you make changes on the fly. A couple other programs that were free was Movie Maker, of course, that I believe is Microsoft. One that Forsac mentioned. I'll have to go back and see what that was. I can't quite remember now. Let's have a look here. Sony Vegas 13 he has, but I think the newest version is 16. And yeah, you can create a video, type in all your names, and at the end of it, have your shoutouts. Now, I will point out one thing. If you're doing shoutouts on a video that doesn't say you're doing shoutouts, maybe put it near the beginning. Otherwise, people that don't actually watch your entire video, when there's a lot, they're never going to see it. So it's your call of where you want to fit that in. That's most appropriate. If you have a slow spot, or you're doing a video, excuse me. Obviously, I've been talking way too long. But if you wanted to put that in your video, oh, I've lost my mouse. You can take this, double click it. Oh, did I not save that? Oh, my bad. Click it once. Yeah, it's not letting me. Why is it not letting? I don't like when things don't work. Okay, anyway. I'll figure it out later. I know there are multiple ways to make these smaller so they show up on your screen smaller. Things like that. Beer is important though. Yes, but it's not beer. It's actually diet ginger ale. So it does look like a beer. So you could get that impression. But yeah, I've never been a beer drinker. I've always been like, I used to be a pretty much hard liquor guy. Rum and Coke and that kind of stuff. But I actually haven't drank in many, many, many years. So, you know, it's all what you do when you get older. You can't do some things as much. And I'm a diabetic, so I can't drink as much anymore. So, well, thank you for dropping by, Flubbing Epic. I appreciate it. And of course, I appreciate everybody that drops by, even if it's only for a few minutes. I've been on here live now for 1 hour and 50 minutes, which is way longer than I originally thought I would be. But hey, I'm learning things as I go. I actually do like doing live streams with games, as long as they're not too intense, because then you can play them. It has more entertainment value. And you can still chat as long as it's not too intense of a game. Because if you're devoting all your time just to the game, and you're not watching your chat, well, you're not engaging. You're not engaging your audience, so they're definitely not going to stick around. I'm just happy I still have 3 people. I mean, I had a high of, I think it was 5 people today. That's a new one for me, so I'm very happy with that. Yeah, that's all I pretty much got to say on that. So, you know what? I actually think I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate everybody that's come here. So unless somebody drops in, like in the next couple of seconds, I won't bother to extend it. I am going to click on this just to share this, just to let it run. And I'll do the shout outs and people can see it. And yeah, it'll be in the live stream so people can see it. So thank you for dropping by. Good luck with your power supply there, Forsac. I hope you find one that works for you. And for everybody that dropped by and the ones that are still here, thank you. And have a wonderful, wonderful day.